I wanted to continue to do some work with this area that we are calling we have this space we're working with from basically sternal notch right above the breastbone, all the way across above the collarbones. Okay, so above the collarbones, that soft tissue, all the way out to the top of the shoulders, remembering that it does help to touch this space, because that'll help bring your awareness into that space so that you can feel where the collarbone meets the top of the shoulder. And then also, can you walk across and feel where the spine of the scapula is? So get in touch with these places. And then also where you kind of notice, where's the spine of the scapula go? And then there's the mid back between the spine of the scapula and the spine itself. So there's that area. That's part of it. Comes across the other side. So we get aware of where are these places, because why? Because if we're going to place our awareness there, our felt sense in these areas, we got to know where is that place, so we can be precise about placing our awareness there. If we're not really precise about it, you're not going to feel the corresponding change happen in relationship to that space. And then let's remember that from the sides of the neck, can you imagine like there's a little imaginary line that would come all the way out towards the top of the shoulders that would divide this front half and the back half? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then I just want to add the space of the heart, and we'll do that with the strap and standing. So because I want to work with the relationship of the heart towards the front space and the relationship of the heart center towards the back space as we go through our practice this morning. Okay. Great. Any questions about that so far? All right.
I had a question, Lynn, about the heart space. Are you thinking of it directly in the middle under the sternum, or do you think about it a little to the left?
No, I think of it as the energetic heart center. So midpoint between mid sternum and upper, mid thoracic. So, and that is also, we always think, oh yeah, I can put my awareness in this space of my heart. Got it. But then it's like, really? Are you sure? Right? And so, yeah. So thank you for asking. Great. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and take a comfortable seat. We'll go ahead and take a comfortable seat. You're welcome to whatever that seat looks like for you. Could be completely different. Let's remember how unique each of us are, and the beauty in that uniqueness. So whatever seat you take, you want this seat to feel easy in the beginning, to not feel like there's stress or strain in order to take that seat, so that your awareness is able to drop inside and not be distracted by some other discomfort. So you find the ground beneath you. You lengthen your spine up towards the sky. You close your eyes, and you're welcome to cast the gaze down slightly. And just remembering that we are all a sunlit moment. We are all a sunlit moment coming from a long earth. And dropping into the presence of your breath. Can you drop your awareness to that sternal notch? And beginning the ujjayi, can you imagine the breath coming in right at that place, that soft spot above the top of the breastbone? And the exhale also, as the breath turns around and comes back out. You can imagine it coming there so you can hear the richness of the ujjayi. And as you continue practicing the movement of your breath, the ujjayi breath, can you feel how the ujjayi is connected to this heart space? And as Amanda Gorman said, when day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new day blooms as we free it. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it. And if only we're brave enough to be it. So the richness of the ujjayi and that connection of your ujjayi breath to the space of your heart that you might be noticing as you inhale, and imagine the inhale coming from that space above the breastbone all the way through to the heart center. To help connect us to the space of our hearts so that we can use the heart and the central channel that is connecting us from the earth all the way to the heavens, so that that space may lead us as opposed to being led by the mind and fear and doubt. And at the bottom of your next exhale, release any of the ujjayi, let go of controlling your breath. And honoring your presence, bring the hands in Anjali Mudra. So we cultivate presence by placing our felt sense in these different areas in our body. We're cultivating presence. And to open our practice this morning, let's chant the sound of Om to move that vibration of sound all the way from the root chakra to the throat chakra. And then we'll sing Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, honoring may all beings in all realms find peace and joy. Taking a deep inhale to begin. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And then with your next exhale, bow your head towards your heart. Release your hands, lift your gaze. All right. And let's go ahead, let's come up to standing. Come up to standing to begin. And let's grab your yoga strap when you come to standing as well. Just for a moment, so we can try to connect again to where is the heart center. So if you'll just take a strap and bring it, just make my look a little smaller here, just around the body so that you pull it up. So it's going to be across the upper back, the thoracic area. It's coming under the arms. And it's coming all the way forward. And sometimes I like to bring my hands all the way around toward each other just so I can connect to where the sternum at the front, as it comes all the way around towards this space at the front. So that the space, I feel how the strap contacts my back body, under my, around my rib cage, and where it comes to the front as well. Or I can just hold it out to the side, whatever you want to do. But what I want you to do is to notice this space from all the way around the rib cage, and feeling where the strap is touching your body. Can you find and place your felt sense at the midpoint that would be between the sternum, the mid sternum, and the thoracic spine, where you feel the strap touching? And then we'll go ahead and release the strap, and we'll set it off to the side. And we'll take the arms, and let's just take them out to the sides for a moment. You're welcome to close your eyes. And can you just imagine now the top of the breastbone? Where is that? Where is that place where you were breathing with the ujjayi? And then can you just travel out along the tops of your collarbones out to those corners? And from those corners, can you also travel along the spine of the scapula towards the where it hits the thoracic spine? So this is higher up than where the strap was. But we're just finding that upper thoracic eye, we called it. And also how there's a front and a back. Can you imagine that line that divides it in half? And then let's bring the arms forward, palms facing each other. And when you do, can you soften through that front inner space and broaden across the back space? So from like the area below C7, can you broaden all the way across the backs of the that upper shoulder blade out to the corners, so that in the front, you're actually softening back and in. And then with the next inhale, let's lift both arms up. So now as I lift the arms up, can you roll above those collarbones, up towards the throat? Reach all the way to the hands. And then with your next exhale, take the arms wide, palms can be towards the ground, lower the arms down. Your inhale, lift them back up again, go all the way up. So now when I have my arms all the way up, the back upper, I need to soften that back upper place from that back upper corner towards my mid back. Soften that back so that this front little part above the collarbones can lift, and then I can reach up towards my hands. And then with the next exhale, arms wide one more time. Your inhale, lift the arms. And then exhale, relax the arms back down. All right, can we go over to a wall and just open the front of the chest? So right arm is at like 2 o'clock, right foot forward, left foot back. And once you're there, the right arm is diagonally behind you. You're going to lift from right above the right collarbone, roll and release that space up. It goes up, and the back relaxes down. So it's as if the front rolls up and it can roll over the back because we let the back part go. Reach all the way to the hand. I might even, can I find the heart center? And what happens when you lift up towards the bottom edge of that right collarbone from the heart? And then let's release that side. Turn towards the wall. Take the left arm out. It's at like, what is that, 10 o'clock? Turning to the right, left foot forward, right foot back. And then if you place the felt sense above the left collarbone and allow that space to roll up. And in order for it to roll up, the back space has to release, to relax, to rest back and down. Keep going, Anne. Keep lifting on your right. It's on your right side. You're going to lift right above your right collarbone, Anne. Roll that up above the right collarbone, rolling all the way up. Good. And then we're going to exhale and release. Okay. And then we're going to come back to your spot on your mat. And one more time, I want you to pick up your strap and take it around your body again. Take it around, snug it up the upper back, bring it under the arms, and then holding it just out in front of you. All right. And then can I drop into the, where's the heart center again? Where is it when I go midway between sternum and where I feel this strap across my upper back, my thoracic area? Where's the heart? And now, can you release the space that goes from the heart all the way up towards above the collarbones? And when you do, you might feel yourself coming into a little bit of a back bend. Yeah. And then we're going to exhale, come back and release the strap. Let's put it aside. Let's take a wide stance. Turn the right foot out and the left foot in. Inhale, take the arms out. And we're exhaling to warrior two. And on the back arm side, on the left side, can you notice if the left, above that left collarbone, do you feel that rolling in and down? Can you lift it up and away as if it reaches all the way towards the back hand? Take another deep inhale and a complete exhale. And then relax the back arm down, turn the front palm to the sky, and inhale, come up, upright, rising warrior. Exhale, now you're going to come up and over towards a modified side angle. And then in the modified, in your side angle right now, right above the left collarbone, again, roll that up towards the throat, up towards that imaginary line. Inhale, come up. Warrior two. Still reaching toward the back hand. And then inhale, let's straighten the front leg, relax the arms, and spin the feet the other way. Inhale the arms out. Exhale, warrior two. Relax the back arm. Inhale, rising. Exhale, a modified side angle. And when I'm in this side angle pose, can you go above the right collarbone that's close to the midline of the body and release the space up. Inhale, warrior two. And then we'll inhale, straighten the front leg. Let's make your feet parallel. Take the hands onto the hips. If you know you need blocks for a wide-legged forward fold, you can put the blocks out in front of you. But let's lift through that space, that sternal notch. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, bowing forward. Bowing forward, hands find blocks or the floor. And this time we're gonna walk the hands out as if they're like downward dog arms. So again, they can be on blocks or the ground. And then in this position, can you broaden from the base of your neck all the way out along that upper back? We called it the thoracic eye, all the way. So the upper back is broad. And then we're going to walk the hands back so that we either on blocks or the ground, the wrists are underneath our shoulders. And we're going to take a twist here. So bringing your right hand into that space between the two hands, left hand up on the hip. You're going to, from the base of your neck on the right, reach all the way down along the spine of that scapula, all the way to the right hand. So you're twisting. And then the exhale, let's roll back to center. Let's switch hands. We'll take the right hand up on the hip. Your left hand is at midline. And then can you go to C7? Where's the base of the neck? And can you reach from C7 all the way along that space between the spine to the spine of the scapula, and you keep reaching all the way till you feel yourself reaching all the way to your hand. And then we're going to exhale back to center. And let's walk the hands back and put them up on the hips. And inhale, come up. Exhale, we'll step the feet together. Inhale, let's shine the palms forward and lift the arms up. Lifting up, we lift from the heart towards the top of the breastbone. We reach the corners of the arms up. We reach up with like hope and light. And then the exhale, we'll bring the hands back down into Anjali Mudra. Resting the hands there in front of your heart. The gaze might be turning more inward and down. And then we're going to release the hands and set up for triangle pose. So triangle pose. We can go to your right side first. Take the right foot out, left foot in. You'll have a block or two, whatever you need, at that right outer ankle shin area. Inhale and lift the arms out. What happens when you think to yourself, when you take the arms out, you think to yourself, where can we find the light? Where can we find the light? Where is it? How do I spread it? How do I lift? And then with the next exhale, you're coming to triangle. And so above the left collarbone, close to midline, can you begin to turn? And when you do, so you're lifting up towards the top, from the top of the left collarbone, you're lifting that up towards the throat and the side of the neck. And from C7, at the base of the neck, can you reach and broaden that all the way down to the hand? That's down. Inhale, rise. And exhale, release the arms. Let's spin the feet the other way. Let's inhale the arms out. When day comes, we step out of the shade. We step out of the darkness of the night. And the exhale, we go to triangle. Clearing space, opening space. So we could start this side from the base of the neck. We could go from the very base of the neck. Remember, you did it in the twist before. You reached from the base of the neck and you went along the spine of the scapula of the down arm all the way to the hand. So something happens when you do that. Do you feel yourself turning more? And then when you place your felt sense right above your right collarbone, where is that space? And can you release that space up towards the throat, up towards that imaginary line? And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, release the arms. And step the feet together. Mountain pose. You're welcome to take the palms and shine them forward. Like this moment where if you remember with your eyes closed, you might have a memory of standing and you feel the light come to you. You feel the sun, you feel it hit you. And you pause for that moment to feel it, to feel the light. All right, and then we'll let that go. And I want to take tree pose. And can we use our strap for tree? So when you pick up your strap, and we'll use a wall so that we don't have to worry about our balance as we continue to lengthen. So when I take my strap and I have a loop in it, the size of my loop is going to really depend on my shoulders and my, what works for me to keep my arms straight and have them, reasonably close together. So that could be, wider for a lot of us and narrower for some of us. Okay, but whatever it is that allows you to keep the elbows straighter. All right, and then if you'll find a place near a wall where you're going to stand on your right foot first, and then you're going to bring the left foot up. And use the left knee against a wall to help support you. And then when you're ready, you'll take the wrists inside the strap, giving yourself enough space. And then we'll inhale and lift the arms. So we get about halfway and there's a moment. And then we can take the arms all the way up. And here, if you remember, those upper trapezius, that space at the base of the neck, is softening and rolling down towards the mid upper back. It has to soften and roll back so that the space at the front above the collarbones can lift and release upward. And then we'll release. And we'll step down from that. And we'll turn around and we'll take the other side. So that you'll be setting up so that you'll be on the left foot. And that the right knee is gonna find the wall after it finds where it's going to be connecting to the body. And then when you're ready, take the hands in the strap, make the strap as ample as you need it, the loop, and then inhale, lift up the arms. So what happens when you release the upper back spot, when you release that area and let it go down towards the mid back, almost like it releases back and down toward the kidneys. And then I can go to the front and roll that up, release it upward. And then I can actually reach all the way to my fingers. And I also feel when I reach to my fingers, I feel a little like shaky within, because I'm actually recruiting some smaller muscle fibers to help reach my arms up there. And then we'll release and step down. And we can take the strap and just sit it off to the side, and we'll take our blocks and bring them towards the top of our mat. And bring the hands in front of the heart. I can drop back into my ujjayi. Diego gives a big sigh as a reminder. And then releasing the arms, let's inhale and lift the arms up. And exhale, bow forward. And as you bow into Uttanasana, release forward. So that space at the front of the throat and all the way down towards the heart becomes softer. So that the space at the back, from the back of the heart, all the way towards the base of the neck, can come down with gravity. And then we're going to inhale halfway up. And so when I come inhaling halfway, I'm going to lift right above those collarbones, roll that up. And then with the next exhale, let's step the right foot back to a lunge. And when you're ready, we'll inhale, arms wide and up. And again, I can keep my arms wide for a moment, kind of back and wide, like a 45 almost, so that I can feel that space at the front rolling up. I might take my arms and lift them up, or I might just enjoy where they were. And then we'll inhale the arms out. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left foot back. Inhale, coming upright when you're ready. And again, can you take a moment to lift the space above the collarbones to release that upward? And maybe take the arms up or keep them out. And then I'm going to inhale the arms wide if they're up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. Releasing again. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. And exhale the hands back down in front of the heart. All right, let's inhale, lift both arms again. Urdhva Hastasana. Arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, we'll step right foot back. Inhale, let's just take the arms out, kind of at a 45. Palms are facing either forward or a little or upward. Let's lift and roll upright from heart space to the top of the breastbone, from the top of the collarbones towards the back. I'm taking an inhale there, then exhale to plank. So in your plank pose, you're strongly reaching to the hands, broad across the upper back. And the exhale, now we're going to lightly touch the knees down and the chest. Make sure the palms are by the side ribs and inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, all fours. And then exhale back, downward dog or puppy or child's pose. Strongly reaching toward the hands, but taking the throat center away from the hands. And then with the next exhale, let's step the right foot forward. Inhale, upright. Rolling from heart space to the top of the breastbone, from above the collarbones. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, folding Uttanasana. Inhale, let's come all the way up. And exhaling, hands back down in front of the heart. And then let's release this. Can we come down for Salabhasana? Can we come down to Salabhasana as maybe what we'll do is go ahead and we'll use a blanket. So we'll just cushion the ground. So if I cushion the ground and then lie down. Take off my glasses so that they're not in the way. All right, so we can remember how wide we had the arms a moment ago in the low lunge. That the width of the arms, you maybe felt a little more ability to roll up and release through the front. So once again, let's take the palms, let's face them towards the body, but we don't have to have them close to the body. Let's take the arms a little wider. And then from heart center, can you lift up towards the top of the breastbone? And then from above the collarbones, can you lift up? You might take the legs up. And then we'll exhale. Let's release. Let's stack right hand over left with either the forehead or the chin down. And just take about 6 deep breaths. And then can we take another Salabhasana, taking the arms back, palms facing toward the midline. I can have my hands wide. And I'm going to place the felt sense. Where's the heart center? And can you roll from the heart center diagonally up towards those collarbones? And then can you go above your collarbones and lift and release up? And you might like the legs lifted. And then I'm going to release. This time I'm going to place my hands on the ground and press up to child's pose. Up and back. And then we'll walk the hands back up. All right, good. All right, so let's see. I'm going to take this blanket now. And I'm gonna fold it to support my knees. So I'll put the blanket down. Sometimes I actually like having another blanket on top of that one. So I might add that. So I have 2 blankets there. And so that when I crawl up on those, I have a lot of lovely height. And then I'm going to get my blocks and step let's go left foot forward. Left foot forward for a lunge. I'm going to allow my left knee to go forward of my left ankle. I'm going to pull the blocks back just for a moment. And then I'm going to take my arms into the Salabhasana. So I'm releasing through the top of the right thigh, and I'm taking the hands back like we just had them in Salabhasana. So I'm going to try to lift from the heart center. Where is the top of my breastbone? All right, and then we'll press and come back. What I found the other day that when I was doing this and lifting, I didn't realize I was not lifting all the way to the top of my breastbone. I was lifting just kind of part way up. So you might just check in with yourself when we do the second side. Are you able to lift from inside and release all that way up? So let's step the other foot forward. And we'll let the right knee come forward of the right ankle. I have my blocks just to help me get started here, because I might feel maybe there's a stretch at the top of the left thigh that I want to let go there. And then when you're ready, you take the hands out like Salabhasana arms. And then can you go from where's the heart center? And how do you release that up towards the top of the breastbone? And you keep going up above the collarbones. Alrighty, and then we press down and come back. And we could sit for just a moment on our blankets. You could sit and take the left leg forward and bend the right knee for a moment of Marichyasana. 3. So left leg forward, right knee bent. And I'm just going to do just a simple twist to the right. My right hand back. I've just got my knee with my left hand right now. And I'm going to try to go here from the heart center up towards the right, above my right collarbone, from my heart above my right collarbone, especially on the inner piece. And then let's release. Let's take the other side. So left hand behind, right hand can hold the outer left knee, twisting toward the left. And then from the heart, can you lift all the way up towards the top of the left collarbone? All right, and then let's come back to center. Okay. Now, let's see if I can set you up. If I'm going to use my chair, I can have it on my mat. And let's see here. I'll show you a couple different ideas. I could pad my chair with one of my blankets. If I don't want to use a chair, I could use a wall or some other piece of furniture. I think what I was seeing too yesterday that maybe I was demonstrating 2 blocks, but that might be too high for a lot of you. So let me demonstrate it with just 1 block. And I'm going to take one of my blankets and fold it in half lengthwise, because I think for some of you, 2 blankets might have been too high. So I've got a blanket out in front, and then I could either take a bolster, which if you've got one, I would use it on top of this block. So there's this option. Now to get into it, this is going to be my shoulders. I have to put my pelvis between the bolster and the chair. And that can be, kind of where the hard part is. So if I get over here, then I'm going to have to straddle my chair, get my pelvis so that when I go backwards, the whole thing isn't going to tip. And then I'm going to bring my shoulders down to this blanket. And my legs, I'm actually going to push this chair away a little, are going to go on top of the seat of the chair. My arms are supported, my upper arms on this blanket. If I don't have a bolster, I'll probably use probably 2 blankets folded in half lengthwise. If I have, and this feels, you see my pelvis is very supported. I just have my shoulders, C7 on the blanket, back of my arms on this blanket. If you don't have a chair, you could just do, and you don't have a bolster, or you don't want to do that sort of setup, you can always just set up, 1 blanket, fold it in half lengthwise, and just take pelvis on that blanket and legs up the wall. So that would be, you could take just this version if you prefer that. Or you can ask me a question and I can try and give you another idea. I'll come over and see if I can help you. Oh, yay, that worked out better, Jackie. Yeah, that looks so much more easeful. So can you, hey, stop, no. Can you place your awareness in the heart center? Where is it? And you might even, Colleen, if you feel like the whole back of the calf is supported on the chair, might even bring you more ease. Maybe it is, and I just can't tell. Can you go from the heart center and release the space from your heart all the way up towards that space at the top of the breastbone, and also as it widens and comes out above the collarbones, right at that area, or at least if you remember where the second rib is. So if you're going least, because we did this in our private, where the second rib is coming from the bottom of the manubrium and out and under those little S curves of your collarbones. So you're releasing that area. Where can we find light? When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. New dawn blooms as we free it, for there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it. All right, and then as you come out of this, you'll probably go moving towards the head to come away, and then take your time rolling over to one side. And then we're going to take another twist. So I will take my bolster off of my block, or your two blankets, whatever you've got there. And then what if we take one of the blocks and you sit on it? You sit on that block on its lowest setting. And so some of you are going to take the Matsyendrasana 1, Ardha Matsyendrasana 1. Lise will go with straight legs. One leg will be straight. The pose, if I take, you're going to take your right foot, if this flexion is okay, towards your left sit bone outer hip. And if it's all right, you'll cross the other foot over. If this bottom leg doesn't want to be in that deep of a knee flexion, then you'll just have that bottom leg straight, and you might want to put, a blanket under that leg, so that the knee doesn't feel like it's going to hyperextend, but you still might cross the foot over. Okay. Otherwise, you'll have both knees bent. And we're going to be turning towards your left, turning towards the left. So the left hand can come behind And sometimes it's helpful to have a second block because we're seated up a little higher and we're twisting toward the left. Where's the lifted leg? And here again, where is the heart center? And can I lift the space? Can I release the space from the heart diagonally up towards that left collarbone? Or if you remember the second rib that goes up and under that S curve of your collarbone. And I lift the heart that way. And just release that space. All right. And then we'll let go of that. Let's go to the other side. So if I can bring that knee into flexion, I will. Cross the other foot over. I don't need to bring the big toe to the ground. I do want to balance the weight in my hips. So I take a moment to balance the weight in the hips. And then turning towards the right. Right hand can come behind to find a block. And the left hand comes across. And then where's the heart center? And how do I release the space from my heart all the way up towards the right? All the way up towards, if you kind of know where that little S curve is in your collarbone, you might release the heart space all the way up there. And then we'll come out of there. Okay. And then we could come off of our block and we're going to set up for Shavasana with a blanket to go. If you fold your blanket in half lengthwise, place that on your yoga mat. Take a second blanket or pillow or something and fold it. I actually like to often fold that. I went into thirds, so there's more height to go underneath my head. I don't need my chair. And I would like a blanket to cover me. I'm going to sit in front of this blanket behind me. I'll put my extra sweater back on. And then you're going to lie back. Diego is reminding us to make it good. So if one blanket under the head is not enough, add two, so that the forehead is slightly higher than the chin. And as we come down here to resting, you might take a few moments to just draw the attention to the breath. As it rises up the front of the sternum, up along those ribs, any amount that it does on the inhale. And then the exhale, just softly letting go. Again, you might think of the breath like a stream as it runs over and around different stones. And as you notice how the breath just climbs up your rib cage, and then you're welcome to let go, to just completely rest. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn looms as we free it, for there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it. Allowing your breath to awaken, to deepen, and making a mindful transition over to one side. Using the support of your arms to come back up to sitting, taking your time. And if you prefer to stay and rest, you're welcome to do that. And then joining your hands together in front of your heart. Even as we lift our hearts up, namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming to class this morning. Good to see you.